Hey everybody, Jason Spangler here, the Santee Swapper on eBay. So today I'm driving to Blythewood, South Carolina, which is about an hour and a half from my home, to go to a Lowe's home improvement store. Now ironically, that means I'm going to pass at least a couple of Lowe's right here in Charlotte that would be a little bit closer. But this is actually for kind of a unique reason. I'm kind of excited about it. So I was contacted by a collector recently who was an older scouter, had a bunch of stuff, and really just wanted to send it off to someone who would appreciate it and maybe even sell the items and donate the money to a good cause. So as we kind of talked and negotiated, I actually ran the idea by him of my Camp Barstow in South Carolina, maybe being a worthy cause that he would want to donate the proceeds from the sale to. And even though this gentleman was from St. Louis area in Missouri, a long way from Camp Barstow in Columbia, South Carolina, he actually agreed to do that. And so he had read my newsletter. He kind of knew that I was the camp director there and I spent my summers there, and you know, all the things we're doing on scout camp to try to make kids have great adventures and kind of make lifelong memories. And so the way this worked out was we settled on a price for the collection, and then I said, Pete, and his name is Pete, I want to thank him for that. I said, what I will do is to kind of seal the deal, I will actually go and meet the ranger at Lowe's, and we will go on a shopping spree and get whatever he needs for camp. I have no idea what the ranger, his name's William, is going to say he needs, whether it be lumber or a new pressure washer or I don't know, whatever he needs for camp. But we are blessed at Camp Barstow to have a young ranger. William's been there for just about 6 or 8 months, and but he grew up there. He's a former lodge chief who went to college for outdoor education stuff, and he's just been a great fit. William's been posting things on Facebook all the time, keeping us up to date on the projects that he's been doing at camp. So ironically, with COVID kind of closing camp and making it so that we really couldn't have summer camp, which was disappointing, of course, for myself and everybody else, we've actually made some progress at the camp because things have been built. William's been painting the dining hall, doing all kinds of projects to get camp beautified and ready. So I'm looking forward to meeting him today and seeing what we can do to help camp. Ironically, I'm also going to be able to cash in on another sort of deal I had made. I have been selling BSA face masks on eBay. These were handmade by my own mother. I gave her old scout neckerchiefs, and I asked her if she could turn them into face masks since, you know, gosh, you have to wear them when you go into a grocery store or anywhere else. And so they've kind of become ubiquitous. It's like something that we all have to have, right? Some face masks in your car. And so she made some BSA face masks for me, and I stole an idea from Chris Jensen and decided to donate some of the proceeds of the sale of those to a worthy cause. And so again, Camp Barstow was deep in my heart. That's where I wanted to support. And so today I'm going to be spending $39 going towards Camp Barstow based on the sales of face masks from August. And my mom was visiting. She just gave me another 100 face masks to sell. So I've got to get those listed on eBay this week and hopefully get them out there. So anyways, just wanted to film this quick introduction before I jump on the road and drive to Blythewood to meet William. And then hopefully I'll be able to do some filming there and catch William and talk a little bit more about how this donation works. Thanks very much.
My name is William McCormick, and I'm the camp ranger at Camp Barstow. We're in Blythewood today at Lowe's to purchase a few things for some of our upgrades to the dining hall and surrounding areas. So we're after some lumber and some PVC board and some plants for outside to make things look better. So let's go to it. So thumbs up, we got round one done. Turns out we have a little bit more money that we can spend, so we're gonna head back in and try to grab a few more things. to finish out the money. We've got a lot so far for the dining hall to make great progress there.
Well, I'm finished in Lowe's. William and I made good progress and actually ran into a couple of Camp Barstow people there. It was kind of ironic. One of the guys that joined us was the Properties Committee Chairman, Bill Eisel. I'll make sure to put a picture of him up here in the video. So anyways, again, what we did here was a scouter from St. Louis area named Pete. Shout out to Pete. Thank you very much. He was an older gentleman who, like many people that I run into, he didn't really have anybody in his family that was interested in these old scout patches that he had treasured and enjoyed and moved around from years to years. And so when we were talking about him selling his scout collection, I said, well, you know, if you want to donate the money to some sort of a charity, would you consider let's working a deal and the money go towards projects at Camp Barstow? And even though Pete had never been to Camp Barstow, he was familiar with the camp just from my newsletters because I've been working there as the camp director the last few summers. And so he sent me the patches, and now I have fulfilled my end of the deal. Pete, I've got receipts here that I'll send you so you can see them for over $800 worth of items that we purchased for camp, mostly for the dining hall. That's where the Ranger's working right now. So we actually bought 5 gallons of stain that's going to go on the exterior of the dining hall. That was when we went back through the store again because we had a little leftover money and some other things like that. So again, I understand that, you know, some gentlemen who are kind of in the upper in their years, they have these scout items and maybe financially it's not really a big deal to them. They don't need the money necessarily because they have, you know, done well in life or just they're comfortable where they are. And maybe they'd like to see their old patches get turned into, you know, a project for a summer camp. And so for me, this is the camp that I am working at during the summers. I spend a lot of time promoting the camp and hiring the staff and doing all kinds of stuff to get troops to come there in the summer. So I really appreciate someone being willing to put the money towards a camp they've never visited and probably won't. So just here's a little shout out. If you're interested in that at all, if this seems like something that you might would consider doing, please reach out to me. I'll make sure that my contact information is on the website and on the video, and I'd be glad to talk to you about that. I actually talked to a guy just 2 days ago who's kind of in a similar situation. Even though both of his sons are Eagle Scouts, they're not involved in scouting. The grandkids aren't involved in scouting. And so we were talking about that, and I shared this story with him, and I was going to go to the Lowe's and buy this stuff for the camp. And he had been to Philmont numerous times. And he said, you know, I actually would consider donating the money from my collection to fund a scholarship for a kid to go to Philmont. That's not necessarily something that I can put my finger on and say, oh yeah, well, here's a fund and we can make this happen. But I would definitely love to have that conversation with him to see if I can help him. Because on my end, what I do is I sell scouting memorabilia. I taught school for 14 years, and my side hustle eventually became my main full-time job, which also gives me the flexibility to work in the summer at a camp. So if I can be of assistance, if this is something that might interest you, please reach out to me and maybe I can help you with that. All right. So thanks very much for watching this video. Again, Camp Barstow, Lake Murray, South Carolina of the Indian Waters Council. William McCormick is the ranger that you saw in the video. And we just finished having lunch at Firehouse Subs here in Blythewood with Bill Eisel, and they're looking forward to getting that dining hall finished so we can have an open house later in October and show our camp off to troops and such. Thanks very much for watching. Again, Jason Spangler, my Santee Swapper, is my handle on eBay.